Here.
Heck.
Here.
Hedrick. Coffin.
Here.
Kester. Here. Palmer. Rissmiller.
Looking for a motion to accept the minutes as listed. So moved.
Next section.
Any comments? Roll call.
I have to figure out who's here and who's not, guys. Heck.
I don't
Here.
know that is right.
Bats.
Here.
Coffin.
Yes.
Yes.
Kester. Yes. Fox.
Yes. Mr. Heck, the financial reports, 4.0.
Okay. Okay, we're going to approve the following financial reports for April as listed below, which is 4.1 through, okay, before 13.
Fox second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Heck.
Yes.
Bats.
Yes.
Coffin.
Yes.
Kester. Yes. Fox.
Yes.
Mr. Biden. Me, Mr. Biden.
He's here now.
Oh, Feiler.
Yes. Great. Are there any citizens or students wishing to address the board pertaining to agenda items only? Seeing none, we'll go right on to the reports and recommendations of the superintendent, Dr. Hesse.
All right, just something I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. Our contract is up with our substitute service, and there are a couple of them that are out there. We did have one approach us looking to see if we would be interested. So what we did is Tom and Mimi and Sherry did some digging to find out what some possibilities are. And part of that digging, they went out and talked to different school districts to see that currently have this program or this company called ESS. The feedback that we got has been very positive from Kutztown, Brandywine, Pottsville, Hamburg, all are thrilled with it. In front of you, you do have kind of their spiel or their summary of that substitute solution. They do a lot more. One of the things that has been a negative with our current sub system is just the lack of filling of subs. And so we rely a lot more on coverages. To rely more on coverages with teachers, it's a lot more expensive as well to do coverages than to get a substitute in there. One of the things that STS has promised in the past was that they would come out to different events that we had, and they really have not fulfilled that promise. And so in talking with Hamburg, Kutztown, Pottsville, Brandywine, one of the things they said is they've had very good fill rates with subs, taking positions and getting new subs. That ESS would come back and do exactly what STS said they would do but never really did, and that's set up at back to school nights, parent-teacher conferences, put a stand out there to try to recruit anybody that's interested. A lot of times it's you're looking for moms who want a couple extra dollars while their kids are at school, and they said that they found a lot of success with kind of capturing parents that have bachelor's degrees that have chosen to stay at home and now are looking just to get something part-time here and there. So what we're doing now is kind of we put together a little bit of what their spiel is, if you will, their recruitment. There is going to be, if we were to move forward with this, there would be some transition from our current subs, our STS employees. They would have to then decide whether or not they would want to go over to ESS. ESS engages them. They compensate all newly hired substitutes for background checks and any kind of medical checks up to $125. They give them for signing up. They give them a stipend for coming and signing up with them. They do some recruitment efforts. If you do a referral, there's money attached to that. And so this seems to be, at this point, a better firm. When it comes to cost, basically right now our sub rates are, we have one sub rate which is $140 per day. That's simply if you're just a random sub that comes in and out of our building, you know, here and there, it's $140. If you're a sub that consistently comes every day, it's $155. And then STS charges us a 30% management fee, if you will. What that does is, and why we switched a couple of years ago, is then we didn't have to pay PSERS, we didn't have to worry about Obamacare's 30-hour-per-week rule that we're held to, and there was a lot more flexibility with STS because they were a private industry. So they charge 30%. So your typical STS substitute for us comes in at about $201.50. This ESS, they charge a 31% management fee, which basically at the end of the day equates to about $1.55 more a substitute per day. When you're looking at last year, or as of right now, the average over the last 4 years that we've spent on substitutes is $196,000. This year currently is a little bit of a low year, so we're at 162 so far. If you take our average of the last 4 years to switch over to this new company, it's about a $1,500 increase, but what it sounds like is we get much better service for that $1,500. And so everybody that has made a switch from either there's Kelly out there or STS has been very happy with the switch that they've made. So I kind of wanted to put that on everybody's radar, that this is something we're looking at, and then more than likely we'll kind of refine it and then make a formal recommendation or proposal once we have the contract and we work through that and look at that, to then have a vote or a proposal on June 3rd.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
The rate that we pay for substitutes, is that standardized across the county?
No, it's actually all over the place. Yeah, we're probably, at one point this was the high end, or the higher end, but we're probably somewhere in the middle as we go.
Do you have like a rough budget number you throw in every year for, like, based off of history? Is that how you figure that?
That's what I do. So if they get us more subs, it'll relieve the teachers from having the coverage, and some of them said they didn't want to do that
Right.
coverage.
And the difference is, right now, coverages stand at $30 per period or time. So when you look at that, there's a couple benefits. One, financially, it's better for us to have a substitute. Plus, on the teacher end of it, it doesn't take away their prep. It doesn't take, a lot of times what happens is, last Friday was like a disaster when it came to, we had a lot of people out, and of course then anybody who's in the building, loses their prep, or different people cover, and we try to pull. So the idea is to get better fill rates, so that we don't have to pull our staff, and they can better utilize their time prepping, planning, for their classes.
Do you have to take one or the other? Can you run them both?
I believe that STS has an exclusivity clause in there, so if I remember correctly, you have to use just that.
Does the rate that we pay subs attract more or less subs, or less or more? It's kind of in decline.
So when I think, how long ago did we raise, was it last year, Tom, or at the end of the previous year, we raised it?
It's 2 years.
Yeah. I don't know, we kind of were hoping that, and I don't know that we saw maybe a couple new people, but nothing that stuck and stayed consistent. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the hope was that there was such an abundance of substitutes years and years ago that the best way to get your foot in the door at a school district was to substitute. And then you were a good sub, and then they wanted to hire you, and that's what you did. They're just, the pool isn't out there, it's not necessarily consistent employment, there's not necessarily benefits attached to it. Now here with them, they do offer that as a potential option. But a lot of the districts are moving towards these substitute or doing the outsourcing, for the simple fact is you can hire one person under ESS, and as long as they're on ESS, they could sub at Hamburg, they could sub at Tulpe, they could sub, wherever it is that they want to that day.
How often do we run into where we're hiring a sub on the common, not common? And is there any clause in here that you, like they have to, I mean, we use a lot of temp service labor, and there's clauses in there, we have to have them through that temp agency for so many hours before they're allowed to be hired on.
So we don't, in our current contract, we don't have that. We can hire our substitute. So if we find a good sub, we can follow them and hire.
I have all the rates here. Antietam's 150 a day, 130 a day, Brandywine Heights, County-wise are 140, Bennington 120, Exeter 135, 135 for Fleetwood, Hamburg's 150, Bridgetown's 130, Gilbert 185, O's 155, Schuylkill Valley 150, Twin Valley 135, and Wendy's 135. That's for the first one, the first year. That compares to our 140.
What's the average of that, Tom? Like that?
There's all kind of text in here. There's all kind of text in this field, so.
So we're in the game with the exception of Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Which is an
185 is available, yeah.
And different school districts offer all different. There's some that, will pay retired teachers a certain rate. There's some that will pay emergency certified ones, certificated ones. So I just wanted to, it's something that our thought was to originally just sign a one-year extension of our current STS. ESS engaged us, and in our discussions, they said, well, we were concerned that maybe pulling this off maybe for next year would be too tight of a turnaround. They don't seem to think that's a bad turnaround time at all. They would have the entire summer to do something like that. So we kind of moved up our timeline thinking, all right, going into a new year, we can have better sub coverage, and I think more than likely, and I'll call on Mrs. Becker, I'm sure you would rather have a sub than have to be pulled for coverage, right?
Yeah, and it's just educationally, it's better for the kids, like, you, as the teacher, you plan for you plan for yourself and things like that, and I just know, I was out the other day to go to Nick's signing, had a whole day planned and everything, and then there wasn't a sub, so there was just like piecemealing, and it ended up there, you just showed it moving in the afternoon because there wasn't really anybody to like take over what was going on. So it's definitely better to have a substitute educationally for the kids.
So I know I came in late, but why did the service we're employing now, fill that sub?
For whatever reason, I don't know if they're not recruiting. When we first started, it was pretty decent. Over the years, we've kind of seen it drop off, and our contract is up at this point. So the idea was, instead of simply just renewing with them and continuing, we had a service, this one, ESS, reach out to us. We did some talking with some area districts, Hamburg, Pottsville, Brandywine, and Kutztown. And they have been very happy. In fact, I talked to Kutztown superintendent, he's like, we never use coverage, we always have substitutes.
So the company we're using now, did they make some sort of promise to us that they've been neglecting now, or no, not necessarily?
I wouldn't say necessarily. I think they have fulfilled their terms of the contract. I think they may just have overstated what they would do.
And what is this company telling us, like when something like that happens?
They do a lot more recruiting. You know, obviously, I don't know that there's any place that would guarantee the 100% fill rate like that the coverage
Yeah.
is, that we would have to still tap into teachers, but each of the districts we talked to said, compared to any of the other services they had, they get way more subs from this company. And it's not, like, our fail rates sometimes are like 50%, so, where, do you remember, they were like 80%.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering.
It was pretty high.
And every district that I spoke to, and they responded back, it was they don't regret switching at all. The statements were made like they lived up to everything they said they would do. I'll be honest, the first meeting that I was involved in with them, I kind of left and I looked at Sherry and I'm like, they almost seem too good to be true. But the references came back stating what they said they would do.
And I guess the rep that's gonna service us is in Pine Grove, and she's very knowledgeable. She's
Yes.
very good with, they'll come to events that we have, they'll come to kindergarten registration and set up a booth and try to recruit parents.
Yeah.
They'll go to different events through the year. So,
And one of the references actually mentioned the person Tom just talked about and said she's wonderful. So, I mean, we were, like Andy said, we're gonna go with waiting a year and just slowly transition. And I'll be honest, the references came back so glowing that we were like, ooh, maybe we should leave this up. Not often you get that.
Right.
and the STS guys took us for granted for the last 2 years.
So I mean, essentially, this is only a 1% increase.
Not you.
No, he said $1.50 is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a money saver if they show up.
It absolutely, and
No.
Yeah,
A 1%
right.
increase
What-
of
over what we have.
over what we have.
Yeah.
Right. But it comes out to if you use our, if you use how much we spend a year on average, it's really a 0.77% increase.
If they have a building.
Yeah.
So you're looking for us to give you some direction on this, or you're just coming back with a?
We'll come back with a proposal, like the contract and everything on the 3rd. I just want to kind of put this on the radar because we will have to move quickly to get it done, and I didn't want to just, the 3rd, say, here's a contract, vote on it, just kind of give you some background of where we're at. Other than that, the only thing I'll mention is the year is fastly coming to a close. We have Tractor Day on Friday, and there was some posting on Facebook that it's closed to the public. That is not true. It is still open to anybody that is interested in coming to Tractor Day. There'll be breakfast like there has been in the past. I don't know that there's as many tractors as there has been in the past, but Tractor Day will go on as normal, and graduation is set for next Thursday.
And I heard a terrible rumor that Mike Leestrom will be going to track. It's not a terrible rumor, but it'd be great to see him.
That's fine. That is my report.
All right. Any new notices or communication? All right, you'll roll right in the items for board action, please.
9.0.1, move that we approve the revised support professional employee handbook as presented.
Okay, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester, Fox,
Yes.
Feiler.
Yes.
9.0.2, move that we approve the memorandum of understanding with Act 93 and the Tulpehocken Area School District regarding emergency days.
Heck, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller.
Yes. 9.0.3, I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding with Dr. Netznick and the Tulpehocken Area School District regarding emergency days.
Heck, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Bats,
Yeah.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester, Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck.
Yes.
9.0.4, I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding between Dr. Burke and Tulpehocken Area School District regarding emergency days.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester, Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats.
Yes.
9.0.5, move that we approve the authorization of the administration to apply for the public facilities school improvement grant through DCED.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
On to 9.1, finance, Mr. Heck.
All right. 9.1.1, we're going to approve the following institutions as depositories for the 2024-2025 school year. I'm going to say as listed.
Fox, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
All right. 9.1.2, appoint Christopher Heck as board treasurer for a term beginning July 1st, 2024, and ending July 30th, 2025, for a stipend of $500.
Fox, second.
Any comments?
That would be June, right? June.
Oops, I see it wrong, sorry.
Any comments? Roll call?
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
9.1.3, approve Kristen Rissmiller as board secretary for a term beginning July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2027, for a stipend of $900.
Fox, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Continue on, 9.2, Mr. Heck.
Okay. 9.2.1, approve a retroactive approval of the following change orders for the middle school, high school renovation project, HC001, the removal of existing ductwork/pipework discovered above the ceiling for Tri-County Mechanical Incorporated at a cost of $4,968.
Fox, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yeah.
Kester, Fox,
Yes.
Okay. 9.2.2, approve the quote from CDI LLC to purchase Dell Latitude 3140 PTX student laptops in the amount of $95,290.15 for all incoming 5th grade and 9th grade students for our technology plan.
Fox, second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
And 9.2.3 is just a typo. It should not have been there.
Okay.
We're not sure how that happened. We can't figure that
I
out.
was going to say approve the
Yeah, I'm like-
Administration.
Dinner, yeah.
Negative.
Well, you could add if you want to.
Okay. That'll end.
All right, down to 9.5, curriculum. Mrs. Rissmiller.
Move that we approve 9.5.1, approve a dual enrollment agreement with Commonwealth University, formerly Bloomsburg, and Kutztown University.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Heck,
Yes.
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
And moving on to personnel. Just want to take care of that, Mr. Rissmiller?
9.8.1, I move that we approve the following resignation as listed below.
Excellent.
Any comments? Roll call?
Bats,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester, Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
9.8.2, I move that we approve the following summer student workers at an effective June 3rd, 2024 through approximately August 23rd, 2024, not to exceed 29.5 hours per week as listed below.
Heck second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Kaufman,
Yes.
Kester. Yes. Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller.
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats.
Yes.
I love that we are fun students. Nine, I'm sorry?
I said absolutely.
Yeah. 9.8.3, I move that we approve the following volunteers for the remainder of the 2023-2024 school year as listed below.
Heck second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Kester,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Feiler,
Yes.
Rissmiller.
Yes.
Heck,
Yes.
Bats.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Anybody have any new business to discuss? Any old business to discuss? Calendar events is listed there. Scary time of year, end of the year. Are there any citizens wishing to address the board this evening? Seeing none, we will be having an executive session for personnel. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Heck second.
Haley?
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion. Meeting adjourned.